The Rochester Junior Americans are seeking a sweep and their 10th consecutive road win. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome inside Danbury Ice Arena. My name is Cannillo. The Americans made easy work of the hat tricks yesterday, winning 6-0 in dominant fashion. But today, the Americans know the importance of keeping the pedal to the metal as they look to take care of business again today. The Americans are in the blue sweaters. They'll be attacking down towards our left. Massimo Gentilic will center to Scipio and Leighton. Zakarzuski, Varmecki, the defense. And in goal is Florian Wade. Puck is down. Sit back and enjoy game number 2 between the Americans and the hat tricks. Varmecki tracks back forward and is rifled up the near side wing by Leighton. A long-range shot by Lorock is fired wide and it escapes out towards center. Lorock will backpedal to his own blue line and feed it ahead up the left wing for Korodiak. Korodiak slaps it in. It deflects off the skate blade of DeCipio. And touching the puck is Lucas Fursten for the Danbury hat tricks. He gets the start for Danbury today after we saw Thomas Kieswetter yesterday. And Fursten significantly better numbers this year for the hat tricks with a .900 save percentage and a respectable 7-10-2 record. Up the wing, it's Dewberry dashing ahead with speed. He poke checked off the puck from Wyatt Stefan, the son of Patrick Stefan, former first overall pick in the National Hockey League. Varmecki will angle it up the near side dasher, and Jaden Dyke, who scored yesterday, will nurse it back to Varmecki. Feeds it across to Zakarzuski, far wing, and hammered off the wall by Zakarzuski and out towards center for the Americans to give chase. Thomas Rocky is tied up, wins the battle, feeds it to the slot. Dewberry with a wrister, and he sails it wide, and it ricochets out of play. First good chance of the game belongs to the Rochester Junior Americans, and the first whistle comes 18:46, period number 1. Well, the Americans have been a near unstoppable force over their past 19 games. A remarkable 15-1-2 record, and this team has surged from 6th place to 3rd place in the East Division. And then now they just sit 4 points behind the Maine Nordiques for 2nd place overall. If they can keep this win streak up, they might find themselves with a 2nd overall seed, which would give them a first-round bye in the Robertson Cup playoffs. Sandrick digs it free, centers a pass that gets broken up. Camping in the blue paint was Landon Brownlee, shuffled below the cage. Brownlee's in hot pursuit. He flags it down far corner. Brownlee pokes it behind the cage and feeds Michael Sandrick. Sandrick's centering pass escapes back to the point, and Dexter Kickline hammers it off the wall. It's Landon Brownlee who skates it from low to high. His turnaround shot gets blocked by Danbury, held in with the glove of Dexter Kickline. Ruled a hand pass, and a face-off will come out to the neutral zone. Well, despite a spirited practice for Danbury this week, they had nothing to show for it yesterday, getting shut out for their 4th time this season. But Danbury will have 90% of its roster returning next season, and this group is incredibly young, and they hope to take that next step a year from now. Face-off at center ice. Thomas Rocky had a goal yesterday for the Americans. He centers Connor Humphrey. And on the far wing, Jacob Roberson making his return to Danbury. Not his first point as a junior American since being acquired in a trade last month from the Danbury Hat Tricks. Sent in by the Hat Tricks down towards our right. And they center a pass out in front. Florian Wade gets a piece of it with his right pad. And Roberson feeds it over to Tyler Brochus, coming off of a 3-point game yesterday. Up the left wing, Jordan Palmer snaps it in. First 10 out of his crease to slow it down. Could not stop it. Farrell tries to jostle it up the far wing where Roberson intercepts. Roberson wraps around near side, feeds it up top. It's Palmer back to the line with Brochus. Brochus runs out of room, will shuffle one indeed. Humphrey is tied up, but on the puck now and pinching is Palmer to the right circle for Rocky, who meanders up top to the point. He throws it into the mixer. Varmecki was creeping down low. Danbury intercepts and stops behind their own cage. 17:30 to go, period number 1. Neither team credited with a shot this far. Americans on a very lengthy road trip. By the end of next week, it'll be 13 of their last 15 games on the road. It'll end next week against Philadelphia. The Americans are looking to pull off their 10th consecutive road win today. Behind their own cages, it's the captain, Tyler Brochus, who nudges one ahead. And chopping it down is Luca Leighton, who puts it onto the tape of Matteo DeCipio. Right wing flutters one, where Leighton can give chase, and he's first on it for the Americans. He stops and starts near side corner. His pocket is picked. It is sent up the near wing and jostled out towards center, where DeCipio will settle the puck down. Feeds it Dexter Kickline near wing. Kickline puts the motors on, and he jostles one in. And Kickline rifles it around where Fursten will slow it down. And it's rattled off the far side wall, and a bouncing puck held in by Dexter Kickline. Massimo Gentili will pester. And now Luca Layton on the near side will shake. Throws it out in front. Jab play in the crease for Matteo DeCipio, and a couple saves from first end. DeCipio up to the circle. Gentili with a shot, and he scores! A bar down snipe for Massimo Gentili. And the Americans are off and running with a 1-0 lead, period one. Gentili scores in back-to-back nights. And it's his 24th of the year as he extends his team lead. 16-19 to go. First period, Americans draw first blood. And it's who else but Massimo Gentili. The Americans have won 29 games this season, and Massimo Gentili has a point in every single one of them. Let's see if the Americans can make it 30 today. Jaden Dyke kicks it forward and scurries in left wing. Over the line, the Americans ruled offside. And a whistle sounds with 16:08 to go in the first. Gentili now has a point in 18 of his last 19 games, and frankly, I have no idea what Division I teams are waiting for, as he would be a valuable piece to any program. He has just been simply the Americans' most consistent scorer in the second half of the year, and it's not particularly close. And now he has climbed up to top 5 in NAHL scoring. Danbury will gather the puck in their own defensive end. It's Sharon, the former Maine Nordique, who drops a pass off to Grant Dietz. And Dietz will skate ahead, tries to split the defense. Molas chucks it down low, and an opportunity for Danbury as they flutter one out in front, and a shot sailed just wide. That one missed the far post as Florian Wade attempted to get across to get a piece of it. Americans recycle it behind their own cage, and Prochas feeds it ahead, puts it onto the tape of Rocky. He's dislodged the puck. Here come the hat-tricks in transition. Wyatt Stefan over the line, Arister, and he misses it wide. Stefan gathers his own rebound. Prochas pokes it far corner. And now Prochas will lasso it back in and begin an outlet on the near side for Varmecki to skate ahead. Varmecki left wing over the line, puts it into the mixer, an opportunity out in front. It pinballs around, and jumping on it is first end to get a whistle. First end, a Slovakian goaltender for the hat-tricks. Stands at 5'10", 165 pounds. A bit of a smaller goaltender, but they love where his game could get to. Started his season with the Philadelphia Rebels, and he's just in 05. He has 2 more years of North American Hockey League eligibility after this season. Zakarzuski creeps down the wall. Zakarzuski elects to tuck it behind the cage. Motors one up top. Michael Sandrick lets it fly, and it ricochets off a shin pad and wide. Brownlee works hard below the cage, hunting for Michael Sandrick, who regathers the puck for the Americans. Sandrick 5 points in his last 2 games after turning 18 years old this week. First end will slow the puck behind the cage. Danbury jostles one far wing. Varmecki will hunt for it. And Varmecki is tied up from along the half wall, can be pushed ahead by Danbury, cannot be cleared out to the neutral zone, and on the second attempt, Worst will glide one in. Wade will paddle it to the corner as Zakarzuski resets with Varmecki behind his own cage. 14:25 to go in the first. Massimo Gentili just scored for the Americans, his 24th of the year, as we see a long-range shot from atop the right circle in on the cage, and a shoulder save is made from first end, who hangs on. An early 2-0 shot lead for the red, white, and blue, as they immediately send out Connor Humphrey to take this draw for the Americans. And Humphrey, coming off of a goal yesterday and a thing of beauty, it was the Americans' 6th goal of the contest. It was one that he went dashing into the attacking zone. He put it between his legs, drove the crease, and stashed it top corner over the goaltender, Keysweater. And for Humphrey, that was his 5th goal of the year. And doing that, still nursing an upper body injury at the same time. Humphrey scurries to it from along the far side, not afraid to throw the body. He puts a check on in the far corner. It's spun ahead by the hat-tricks and recycled out towards center by the Americans. Rocky will slow up and leave it off. Jacob Roberson charges ahead. The Jacksonville, Florida native will feed it far wing. It's gathered back over from Rocky, who fumbles it. And Danbury will turn it up ice from left to right in the attacking zone. Malazzi takes a tumble. It bounces out in front. A backhander in on the cage, and a save made by Wade, and a penalty upcoming. As it looks like in the blue paint, Dexter Kickline plowed a hat trick over. And the Las Vegas native disagrees with the call, but a pretty clear-cut penalty will send him to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. It looks like they also nabbed Erickson and potentially a double minor. So we will skate 4-on-4 with 13:40 to go in the first. Matching minors assessed with Erickson and Kickline. And face-off will be in the Americans' defensive zone. Americans have been significantly better defensively in the second half of the season over their past 19 games, giving up exactly 2 goals against on average. Remember, at the start of the season, Americans were bottom 3 in the North American Hockey League in goals allowed. They have now climbed up to 12th in the NAHL out of 32. Gentili holds the zone only momentarily. He has to spin out towards center, and Luca Layton digs it from along the far side half wall. And reset behind the cage with Sharon, who moves it into open space with Noah Ziski. Ziski, the top prospects defenseman, meanders over the line. Dietz slows up, returns it for Ziski. A save made by Wade. And the rebound opportunity snuffed out by Wade again. Wade's best stop of the game so far, being tested significantly more this season than his counterpart, Danik LaRue. Wade, over his last 5 games, has seen a hefty workload and a .941 save percentage in his last 5 starts, and a record that has improved to 17-7-3. He has faced over 33 shots in each of those last 5 games. Whipped all the way down towards our left. It reaches Fursten, who will play the puck behind the cage, rattles it far wing. Varmecki holds it in. Still 4-on-4 here. Puck pinballs in the slot. Scipio digs it free. A minute to go. 4-on-4 on the matching minors. Rocky cuts towards the middle. In the high slot. Wrist shot, and he sailed it wide. Might have gone off of a shin pad of a hat trick. And deflects to the near side corner. Rocky digs it free. Attempts to nurse it back up top to the point. Scipio walks towards the middle, and his pocket is picked from Molis. Molis dashes up the near side, and Palmer tries to poke one ahead. Instead, Molis will intercept, and he'll peel off to go to the bench for a change as Varmecki will gather it back over for the red, white, and blue. 32 seconds to go. 4-on-4. And Kickline and Erickson will step out of the box and will return to even strength 5-on-5 as we see a long-range shot into the bread basket of Fursten, who hangs on.